Hey everyone, Callum from Cagefront here. Welcome back to the channel, and if you are new here, welcome to the channel. Now, the UFC in 2024 has pretty much come to a close. We just have UFC Tampa left, which is a good fight night to finish off on. But through the next couple of weeks, we are going to be going through and recapping the best fighters, the best finishes, and obviously the best moments of 2024 through the UFC leading into the new year. And in this video, as if you couldn't already tell, we are going to be going through the top 5 best fighters of the year. Now, the MMA community has already voted Alex Pereira as the best fighter of the year, so I want to give you guys my top 5 fighters of the year, which will be based off their performances and their spotlight and impact through 2024 leading into 2025 as criteria. So without further ado, let's get into it. In at number 5, we have the man, the myth, the machine, Merab Dvalishvili. He has had a pretty good year, whether it's been inside the cage or outside the cage. He has out-wrestled an Olympic wrestler in Henry Cejudo, pretty much embarrassing him at UFC 298. He's then gone to UFC 306, beat Sean O'Malley at one of the biggest events in sporting history at the Sphere, stealing all the spotlight there. And then he's done a great job with social media presence. He's done a very good job with it, just his memes and his antics, especially with his skits, whether he's making fun of his opponents or whether he's making funny general MMA content. And this is all considering Merab's fight style as well, being just a wrestler with no real finishing threat. He has come a long way since fighting Jose Aldo and being booed by absolutely everyone in existence. And honestly, going through that and coming into 2025, he's still going strong because he's had a massive blowout against Umar Nurmagomedov at the UFC 311 press conference, and it's only getting better. And I think he definitely deserves that 5th spot in the rankings. And at number 4, I've got to go through with one of the biggest breakthrough stars of the year. It's got to be Diego Lopes. This guy, absolute fan favorite, and is the definition of seizing the opportunities. He's fought on almost all of the biggest cards. He fought on UFC 300 against Sadiq Yusuff, knocked him out with a beautiful uppercut. UFC 303 International Fight Week against Dan Ige at like a 165-pound catch weight, which he did not have to fight, but credit to Dan Ige as well coming in and saving that. Had a great performance there, got through the whole 3 rounds. And then at UFC 306, avenged that 303 booking and almost took out Brian Ortega within about 30 seconds, literally with his first punch, and beat Brian Ortega. 3-fight win streak, been very active. He's literally gone from being unranked and is now the 3rd ranked featherweight in the world. Unique style, unique hair, obviously, so really giving some spotlight to him there. And he's just improving immensely. Obviously a jiu-jitsu wizard on the ground, but just his ability on the feet has been extremely impressive. Taking out Sadiq Yusuff, almost taking out Brian Ortega, and putting Dan Ige, who has never been finished, in some pretty interesting situations as well. He is 100% title worthy, and you have to be keen to see him in 2025. Now, moving on to number 3, I am confident with this one, and this might be disagreed upon by you guys or by the community. Number 3 is Carlos Prates. This guy, an absolute killer, the most consistently vicious fighter in the UFC this year. 4 fights, 4 KOs, taking out Trevin Giles, left hand straight down the pipe, just floored him unconscious. Charles Radke with a knee straight to the liver, absolutely folded him like a lawn chair. Li Jingliang, a guy that's never been chinned, absolutely decimated him. And then Neil Magny took him out. The strike barely even connected, took him out in the first round, and has now broken into the top 15, literally from just debuting in the UFC. That is insane. Like, honestly, the only fighter that is even close to him is Alex Pereira when it comes to that finishing consistency and even just that overall activity. When it comes to overall activity, Charles Johnson is the only one that can match him there with 4 fights and 4 wins, but not all of them are finishes for Charles Johnson. Carlos Prates has become the new boogeyman at welterweight. Obviously, with Shavkat not being able to finish Ian Gary, there is conversation there as to Prates honestly being that boogeyman, and that's just in a single year. He's got killer knees, he's got extremely very nice hooks. I mean, the Muay Thai overall is insane. Brutal KO power, obviously. Not only that, his gym, the Fighting Nerds hype. The Fighting Nerds are like they're like 10, 11, 12 and 0 in the UFC. They're just undefeated in the UFC. I'm not sure of the exact statistic, but they are looking incredible between the 4 of them. And Carlos Prates at the moment, with the performance that he's had in 2024, he is leading the charge. He will have an absolutely insane 2025. I'm extremely confident because he's super active. He's got a fan-friendly style, and going from Dana White's Contender Series to headlining a fight night and being a standout star at UFC 305. What the hell is 2025 going to bring from Carlos Prates? Absolutely incredible. Now, moving on to the second place spot, which will be controversial without a doubt, I am giving it to Alex Pereira. He is the face of the UFC at the moment. Short notice fights, almost every single damn fight that he has fought, and he has finished pretty much all of them with absolute ease. I mean, the UFC 307 fight against Khalil Roundtree wasn't the easiest fight for him, but was easily one of the most entertaining fights of the whole entire year, so that makes up for it. But being an absolute superstar that he is, the way that he was able to save the UFC's fucking ass in this bloody calendar year was incredible. Destroying a cope-filled Jamal Hill to make sure that that UFC 300 event would go off with a bang to finish it off because it was the most important card of the year. And then he goes and saves International Fight Week by making Yuri Prohaska look like an absolute amateur for the second time. And of course, the best was UFC 307 against Khalil Roundtree, seeing him be tested, but really proving that he can fight with no lack of pace in championship rounds and pick up the pace while having that much power and that much consistency and fluidity through his striking, as well as just carrying through that power round after round after round, which is making him so damn dangerous and not even being in prime age range. The guy is like 37 years old and he is just annihilating everyone. I can completely understand why this guy would get Fighter of the Year for 2024, and it is neck and neck with number 1, obviously. And in at number 1, we have Ilia Topuria for me. Neck and neck, obviously, with Alex Pereira. There is no wrong answer. But when it comes to Topuria for me, it is just simply the quality of the opposition that he has beaten. Finishing 2 UFC GOATs in Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 298 and Max Holloway at UFC 308, beating them alone in a single calendar year. The 2 of those guys is absolutely insane, but finishing both of them brutally like he did is completely unheard of. No one would have ever thought that he could do this. And not only doing that, he has just amplified his stock as being the heel. He's been booed both times he's fought, and he has just proven absolutely everyone wrong. Obviously, he's a favorite against Max Holloway, but it was not an easy fight for him up until that 3rd round. And in the first fight against Volkanovski, he was an underdog, and he proved a lot of people wrong. I mean, he is looking completely unbeatable at 145. I mean, he's got a high-level wrestling base, he's got the BJJ black belt, and ridiculously clean offensive boxing, and has put on displays that really no one would have fully expected in a calendar year. Not only from Ilia, but from anyone to take out 2 guys like that. He is an absolute problem, and with Pereira, is becoming the face of the UFC. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you want to see more MMA-based content, definitely check out the video on the screen, and please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.